Heyo! What's going on? Hey, I missed you last week.
I know.
Although we did shoot a video, we ended up having to put it in the trash can because, oh, by the way, the Alabama-LSU game got canceled. Not sure what's going to happen with that, but hey, we're talking Alabama-Kentucky this week in our Week 9 edition of Alabama Head-to-Head.
Let's go now.
All right, so Mike, the real McCoy, lay it to us straight, man. We're talking about the COVID-19 crisis that we're dealing with in college football. And obviously, this past week, 4 SEC games were canceled. And now there's the conversation of makeup games and things being shifted around. Maybe the opponent that you thought you would have, no, we're going to flip that around and do a makeup game here instead. So there's all sorts of chaos. But I want to ask you, if you're on the football team, you're at Alabama, and you coming off a bye week, and then, oh, by the way, your game gets canceled. That's 2 weeks in the middle of the season. How does that impact you as a player and just your mindset and really the physical aspects of it as well?
Corona messed up everything. Just from a mental standpoint, I guess the biggest thing is, mostly the longest a player gets off is a week. So it's kind of hard to get prepared. It's almost like you're back in camp again. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine how Coach Saban probably ramped things up just a little bit. No free time, there's extra film. So I expect them to come out pretty sharp, honestly. So I don't see any mishaps on that aspect. But I would hate to be a player at Bama during 2 weeks off.
Well, and it's interesting because the Alabama-LSU game was canceled Tuesday. So, the news comes down. So as you said, I'd say Nick Saban probably went crank, 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 crank,
Yes.
crank. Since they know they don't have a game, they can switch things up. Obviously, the fundamentals, we know Coach Saban goes to the fundamentals. So you say you hate to be a player at Alabama right now, kind of dealing with that. Obviously, the ups and downs, totally different deal. It's got to mess with you mentally, the physical aspects of it. But then, oh, by the way, if you're MAC-10, you're trying to ramp up your Heisman contention, right? You want them votes, MAC for Heisman, MAC-10 as you call them. So just in that category, that race that we have right now that's going on between Mac Jones, who right now is kind of second behind Justin Fields at Ohio State, Kyle Trask in a close third from Florida. I mean, does Mac Jones, what does he need to do to contend for the Heisman at this point?
You got to do like Coach Saban said, he got to sell ice cream. Everybody loves, everybody loves a story. Here you have a kid, Justin Fields, that transferred from Georgia to Ohio State and just playing phenomenal. Everybody loves that story. They feel like they can connect with you. It's like a Tim Tebow after they had that one loss. He was like, we're never going to lose again. And they didn't. So that's what it is. It's almost who can give the best speech far as, hey, man, we're going to give free pizza and no homework. You know how it is when you're going through the election process at the school president.
School prez.
So, it's the same thing. Does he have a chance? If they get to the SEC championship and he puts on the show to say just hypothetically that they're about 30 points and he makes a heroic comeback, I can see it happening. Other than that, that's tough, man. Justin Fields he has a story, and I think he's playing well.
2 things there. Kyle Trask and Mac Jones will likely contend in the SEC championship game. So there's that. And also, I could see you running for class president.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Of course, yes.
Woo!
Yes, of course.
I never doubt you for a second.
That's it.
What did you give out? What was free? Did you get like sodas, Gatorade, something in the drink machines? What was like the one thing that you did that was really good for your school?
Well, I was always quite the athlete, so I was like, if I win president, I'll make sure you're on my team. So that's how
Don't
I did
get picked last in gym class,
Don't
right?
get picked last.
Don't get picked last. I love it. Capitone here. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about this matchup, Alabama-Kentucky. I know Kentucky doesn't come in as the toughest opponent they have faced this season and or will face. However, I think it's a good tune-up game. Not going to let Nick Saban hear that, but it's a good tune-up game for the fact that they've been off the last 2 weeks and they're getting ready for what's to come. So, biggest things you'd like to see from this Alabama team against a Kentucky team that, oh, by the way, beat Vanderbilt but gave up 35 points to Vanderbilt?
That's tough. But we just got finished talking about the Heisman. I see Mac Jones coming out putting on the show. I think they're going to try to get many points as they can. We're going to run the ball. Well, we're going to save running the ball, I think, because we understand we got to run the ball down the stretch with the last 2 games and potentially third game. So I see us airing it out. I think you see the greatest show on turf.
Third game, actually, maybe even a fourth game?
Maybe a fourth. Yeah, a fourth game.
Maybe a fifth game, too. There are makeup games. We don't even know where we're at in this season right now. As you said at the beginning.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's all out of whack. Okay, so let's flip it around. Well, actually, before we flip it to the defensive side of football, word on the street is Jalen Waddle could maybe come back towards the end of the season. Maybe. He got the cast off. It was a clean break. That helps. But if you're Jalen Waddle, do you come back or do you prepare for that paycheck? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's a lot at stake here for Mr. Jalen Waddle.
I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all may not like me saying this. Jalen, get your money, man. Get your money. Your boys got you. They're going to do what they got to do. They're going to get you. You still going to get a ring. You're going to be first team. Everybody loves you. Get your money, man.
So that's some good reporting from Matt Zenitz, obviously this week, coming down sources that Jalen Waddle got the cast off. Things are looking good. He's on the up and up. So I love to hear that. So we'll go to the defensive side of the football for this Alabama team. We've talked each week how they've improved, showed a lot of improvement. And so that's great. Going against this Kentucky team, you got a guy like Terry Wilson that, has shown some good things this season, but has also shown some gaping holes and some things that they can certainly clean up. I will tell you the running game, they generated 308 yards on just 35 carries.
Wow.
Pretty impressive. And averaging 8.8 yards per carry. So what does this Alabama defense need to do to turn it up? And like you said, help themselves down the stretch when they're going to be facing much tougher opponents as well.
I think this is where I think defense will look like the steel curtain. I think they're going to come out, do what they got to do, but I think this is an opportunity for you to see what your second and third defensive guys can do. You got to rotate guys in and out. You got to get their feet wet, and I think you got to give your starters a little bit of rest. So play hard the first half, and I think about this third or fourth quarter, Coach Saban will start putting the second and third team in.
Yeah, get them experience. Why not? Get them in the game. All right, so it's prediction time. And oh, by the way, Kentucky has never won in Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
And it's probably not going to happen this week. I'm going to go Alabama wins 45-13.
45-13. I'm going to go.
You can steal my score if you want.
I'm going to do 52-6. Yeah, 52-6. 2 field goals.
It's guaranteed that I die legend. Yeah, son God, homie, I'm reverend. Preach, just protecting my investment. Ask about me, integrity's not a question. Straight up.